Today, I'm going to explain exactly how I've set up my business inside my rental investing activity so that my rentals kick off higher future returns and it also pays me a reliable income today. In last week's video, I explained the concept of building a business inside your rental investing portfolio. And I know this can sound pretty meta, but it can be extremely lucrative if you're intentional about it. You can check out that video right here, or you can click on the interactive card that's about to pop up right above my head right now. So this can take a lot of different forms and look very different depending on how you structure it. But in last week's video, I gave away a free download that walks you through some examples of businesses that others have set up inside their rental investing activities. The main thing that you're going to want to think through is what your specific strengths are and what you enjoy doing, and build a business around that specific component of the whole rental investing process. So before I get into how I've set this up in my business, I wanted to kind of recap the main components of the rental investing process so that it can kind of get the juices flowing and you can start to think about where you could plug in your particular business and start charging other investors for services that you're already performing for yourself and for your own rental properties. So these are the main components that most rental property investors are probably going to have to get done within their rental investing business. So number one, marketing for deals, right? You're gonna have to get leads in the door if you're ever going to purchase properties. Number two is meeting with sellers and locking up deals. So this is gonna involve negotiation skills as well as property analysis skills. Number three, handling the transaction and the back office administration. We talk a lot about the big things that happen throughout this process, like marketing going out and signing the contract with the seller and closing on the property. And these are milestone moments, but they're only able to happen because of the 100 other details that are happening behind the scenes and in between these moments. This for sure is a business within itself, and it looks like transaction coordination, bookkeeping, systems, and automation. And the thing to keep in mind is that the more skill the role requires, the more your business is going to probably be compensated for it. The fourth component of the process is actually rehabbing the property, and there's a lot of sub-components involved in this part of the process, like the design aspect, or the actual construction component, or the project management aspect, which is actually an art form in itself when it's done really, really well. So the fifth and final component to this whole process is actually managing the property. And this involves taking this shiny, freshly rehabbed, rent-ready property and optimizing it to its highest and best use, getting some really great tenants in there and getting the biggest return on investment that you possibly can. And this can be a very easy component to kind of overlook and put on autopilot, and it sort of erases all the work that's been done in the previous 4 steps. And ask me how I know. I've done it before and it can be extremely painful. So this for sure is definitely a whole business just around property management. The better you get at optimizing each of these steps, the better your deals are going to be, and ultimately the higher your return on investment is going to be. A healthy way to look at this, and the way that I always try to look at it, is that this is my craft. And I'm always trying to improve on my craft. I'm always trying to get better at these specific components of the whole process. And that's not to say that I have to do each step or that you have to do each step, but ultimately you are responsible for making sure that each one of these steps gets done to the highest quality level possible. Now, you'll find that you really dislike doing certain components to this process and that you really enjoy and excel at other components. Instead of trying to do them all, you should outsource the ones you suck at and double down on the ones that you really enjoy and build a business around that component. So this is exactly what it looks like for my rental investing activities. So for marketing for deals, I've totally outsourced this. I use Facebook ads. I have somebody else who manages it. It's not what I excel at. It's not what I'm great at, so I've outsourced it. For meeting with sellers and locking up deals, I'm still that person. I like to go out and I meet with sellers and I lock up deals. I really enjoy this process. Now, for managing the actual rehab, I don't manage I manage the rehab, but I don't do any of the construction work myself. So I oversee it, but I've got it pretty much on autopilot, that whole component of it as well, because again, I don't know which end of the hammer to use. I've done a lot of rehabs over the years, but I know there's people who are much better at the construction component than I am. For the back office and administration piece, I've automated a lot of this stuff. So I don't have to spend a whole lot of time doing these components. I've got a virtual bookkeeper who handles that stuff for me. I've got a lot of apps and a lot of online platforms that I use that help me to manage that whole piece of it. And finally, for the property management piece of the whole process, I started by managing all the properties myself. And then finally, after I've got to a certain point, I built my portfolio up, I handed that component off to a property manager for all my long-term rental properties. So in 2016, when I started investing in rental properties, I transitioned from flips to rentals. I realized that I still am gonna need to pay the bills. I'm gonna need something to provide me with active income. And so I realized that I enjoy going out and locking up great deals. And when I shared the types of deals that I was investing in with other investors, they said, can you lock up some of those for me? I'll pay you a fee. So I started a wholesaling business just inadvertently. I started it because there was a lot of people who needed really great deals, and I was able to go out and meet with sellers and lock up those deals. So my wholesaling business was within my rental investing larger business and all those components that we discussed, but I was able to charge other people to provide me with active income today while I was completing all the rental properties and completing the other components and building wealth for the long term. And it really helped my business because I was out in front of sellers a lot more, and I was able to lock up more deals for myself, and I got better at negotiating for deals. Since about a year and a half ago, I started transitioning from long-term rentals into short-term rentals. And again, the same process. I shared with other investors what it was that I was doing and the types of returns that I was getting on my short-term rentals. And a couple different groups and people approached me and said, could you manage the short-term rentals for me as well? Could you go out and find a great short-term rental like you're already doing for yourself, and I'll pay you a fee, I'll pay you a percentage of that purchase. Also, could you rehab that property for me with the contractors that you already have in place that are already rehabbing my own properties? And then could you manage it on the back end, which we use a lot of apps to manage the short-term rentals. So it's an automated process I'm already doing for my business. So I'm getting more exposure by doing more deals for other people, and they're paying me a fee for each of these components. And so I'm building a short-term rental management company inside my own rental property investing business. And so it's its own business. It could be sold someday to another buyer, to another business that wants to buy a smaller business, and that whole component can be sold by itself, and it's just another revenue generating opportunity. But it pays me today, and it also increases the returns on my investments long term. So the downside of the way that I've structured my business inside my rental investing activities is that it's very hands-on. So it's difficult to scale, it's difficult to do a lot of volume, but because it's very hands-on, I'm able to get much better returns on the properties, and so I'm compensated at a much higher rate. So the things that are scalable, a lot of things that are done online, typically it's gonna be a lower margin for your business. You're gonna be paid less, but you're gonna be able to do a lot more volume. So you gotta figure out what component makes sense for your particular personality. Finally, I know this can be a little overwhelming. I recommend just starting with one component that you're really good at. So you're gonna have to understand the entire rental investing process. That's why I put together this channel, and there's a lot of resources to really understand the rental investing process and all those components that I discussed. You're ultimately responsible for those within your own business, but I would say pick one specific component. Don't start with multiple components and try to build multiple businesses. Start with the one that you enjoy doing the most, the one that you are best at, the one that matches your particular personality. Build a business around that. While you're building your rental portfolio, you're gonna build a lot of long-term wealth. and it's gonna pay you really well today. And then as you go, you can incorporate more components, build other businesses. It gets really fun, but start with that first business that's really specific to what you really excel at. So if you got something out of this video, hit the like and subscribe button and go out and put an offer on a deal today. Don't delay. One of my favorite quotes is, a year from now, you're gonna wish you had started today, so take action. Also, if you're excited about rental property investing and want to continue your education, check out one of the videos on the right or left. I don't know which side it's on, but I hope you enjoy, and I will see you in the next video.